In the history of flight, some stories are celebrated, while others are buried in secrecy. Among the most mysterious is the F-47, a name that sparks awe and curiosity. Officially it barely existed, a footnote, a redacted line. But the F-47 was more than an aircraft. It was a revolution forged in secrecy, a leap into the future the world wasn't ready to see. Whispers tell of technology that defied physics, of missions that changed history without anyone knowing. Today, we pull back the curtain to uncover the secrets of the F-47. Join me as we venture into the heart of one of aviation's greatest mysteries. The F-47's story began deep underground, in a world where sunlight rarely reached and secrets thrived in the shadows. Beneath layers of concrete and steel, a new kind of project was taking shape, one that would challenge the very limits of imagination and technology. In the black site labs of Project Chimera in the late 1960s, the air was thick with anticipation and paranoia. Only a handful of people even knew the project existed, and fewer still understood its true purpose. The mission was clear, yet almost impossible. Create an aircraft that could not be seen, heard, or caught, a true ghost. Secrecy was absolute, enforced by layers of security and a culture of silence. Engineers worked in isolation, each building a piece of a puzzle they couldn't see. No one had the full picture, and every component was shrouded in mystery. Communication filtered through a single figure, the curator. He was the only one who knew how all the pieces fit together, and his word was law. Unlimited budgets and experimental materials fueled a culture of myth and obsession. Exotic alloys, classified electronics, and untested propulsion systems were all fair game. Some thought they were building a weapon, others a space vehicle. Rumors swirled in the corridors, each more outlandish than the last. The truth was even more ambitious. The F-47 was meant to be something the world had never seen, a machine that could change the course of history without leaving a trace. The F-47 was to be an invisible hand, shaping world events without ever being seen. Its very existence was denied, its missions erased from the record. Piece by piece the Phantom took shape, more legend than machine. Whispers of its capabilities spread, but no one outside the project ever saw the full design. Its development was a deliberate act of myth-making, a story crafted as carefully as the jet itself. Its secrecy was its first and greatest defense. Every layer of security, every locked door, was another barrier between the F-47 and the outside world. The F-47 was born to be a specter, even to those who built it, a legend forged in darkness, destined to haunt the skies. The F-47 stealth was a symphony of innovations. Its skin was a composite matrix, absorbing and dissipating radar waves within. The airframe's flowing, non-Euclidean curves baffled aerodynamicists and defied conventional lift and stability. Thermal signature was suppressed by cooling exhaust gases and diffusing heat across wide nozzles. Most audacious plasma actuators along the wings created a sheath that muffled sound and reduced sonic booms. To the ground observer, the F-47 was a fleeting shimmer, if it was seen at all. This multi-layered stealth erased the F-47's existence from the physical world. It wasn't just low observable, it was designed to be a true phantom. Test flights took place in the Nevada desert, shrouded in secrecy. Locals reported stars blinking out, shimmering triangles, and impossible maneuvers. Air traffic controllers recorded silent booms, seismic signatures with no sound or radar contact. Inside the program, pilots described the F-47 as almost alive, responding to intentions before action. One log read, "She doesn't fly through the air, she convinces it to get out of the way." UFO rumors became the perfect cover, discrediting real sightings. The F-47 was rewriting the rules of what could exist in our skies. At the very core of the F-47's revolutionary design was its magnetoplasma dynamic drive, a propulsion system so advanced and enigmatic that it remains a subject of heated debate and speculation even today. This was not just another engine, it was a technological anomaly that defied conventional understanding of flight. Unlike traditional jet engines that rely on burning fuel and turbines, the F-47's drive worked by ionizing incoming air, transforming it into a superheated plasma, and then accelerating that plasma using powerful magnetic fields. The result was immense thrust, almost completely silent, with barely a whisper of noise or heat signature. This radical engine enabled the F-47's unprecedented design, allowing for multi-spectrum stealth capabilities. It could slip through the sky, thermally and acoustically invisible, evading even the most sophisticated detection systems. To make this possible, engineers had to invent entirely new heat-resistant alloys and develop a compact, mysterious power source, rumored to be either a miniature fusion reactor or a highly advanced radioisotope generator. Much of the technology remains classified, with details blacked out in official documents. The leap from conventional propulsion to the magnetoplasma dynamic drive was not just an incremental improvement. It was a quantum leap, a complete reimagining of what powered flight could be. With such technology, the F-47 could outmaneuver any threat, rendering existing air defense systems obsolete and rewriting the rules of aerial warfare. The F-47's engine was more than a breakthrough, it was a paradigm shift, a secret so powerful and potentially destabilizing that it was hidden away, locked behind layers of security and secrecy. Its existence marked the dawn of a new era in aviation, one that promised to change the world forever, but for which the world was perhaps not yet prepared. Officially a demonstrator, the F-47's true role was covert operations. In silent look, it overflew a rival's nuclear facility, mapping defenses undetected. Project Eavesdrop saw it intercepting satellite signals from the edge of space. Most daring was phantom presence, creating false signatures to confuse and exhaust enemy defenses. The F-47 wasn't a fighter or bomber, it was an instrument of information and psychological warfare. It verified treaties, monitored buildups, and subtly demonstrated technological superiority. Its missions shaped global events from the shadows. The program's greatest mystery, the disappearance of prototype number 3. On a routine test flight, it vanished. No wreckage, no trace. Officially, it disintegrated, leaving nothing behind. But the F-47's redundancies made catastrophic failure unlikely. Some whispered of a power core rupture, perhaps a tear in space-time. Others suspected defection, the aircraft spirited away to a foreign power. The most chilling theory, it simply went too far, vanishing into another realm. Pilots had reported strange temporal distortions at the edge of the plasma drive's limits. Prototype number 3 became the ultimate ghost, gone without a trace, leaving only questions. Its fate remains the program's deepest enigma. F-47 pilots were chosen not just for their flying skill, but for their extraordinary psychological resilience and ability to operate under immense pressure. Only a select few could handle the isolation and responsibility that came with piloting such advanced machines. Encased in sealed cockpits, surrounded by the hum of electronics and the glow of digital displays, they flew by virtual canopy. The world outside was distant, almost unreal, and they often felt detached, like astronauts navigating the thin edge of the atmosphere, suspended between Earth and space. Some experienced what they called the disconnect, a dangerous, disorienting sense of separation from their own bodies at Mach 3. The speed and altitude could make reality blur, and pilots had to fight to stay present, to keep mind and body working as one. The flight control system could execute maneuvers that pushed human limits, demanding more than any ordinary pilot could give. To survive, they wore restrictive, liquid-filled G-suits that squeezed their bodies, keeping blood flowing and consciousness intact during crushing G-forces. Secrecy isolated them from family and friends. They couldn't share their triumphs or fears, and the burden of silence weighed heavily. Only with fellow pilots, those who understood the risks and the loneliness, could they truly connect, forging bonds stronger than steel. Flight logs reveal a mix of awe and profound loneliness. One pilot wrote, "Tonight I was not a pilot, I was a god, silently watching the world turn." In those moments they glimpsed the extraordinary, but always from a distance. The F-47's pilots touched the future with their hands, flying machines decades ahead of their time. Yet, they could never speak of it, carrying their stories in silence. They were the unseen heroes of a secret age, guardians of technology and courage, whose legacy remains hidden in the shadows. The F-47's existence sparked a global espionage war. Rival nations deployed spies, targeting anyone linked to Project Chimera. Counterintelligence responded with ruthless measures, spreading disinformation, leaking fake blueprints, and running elaborate sting operations. One compromised engineer was fed false data, leading a rival to waste billions chasing a dead end. Paranoia reigned, security clearances reviewed weekly, polygraphs routine. The F-47's secrets were a national treasure, protected at all costs. The real battle was fought in shadows with information as the ultimate weapon. Protecting the F-47 was as critical as flying it. Despite its power, the F-47's operational life was brief and its end abrupt. Officially, it was retired due to cost and shifting priorities, but insiders doubted this. Some believed the technology was too unstable or dangerous, especially after Prototype 3's disappearance. Others say the program lost its champions as leaders retired, and its value was misunderstood. A darker theory, the F-47's unchecked power was too great, threatening democracy itself. The fleet was dismantled, components destroyed, records buried. The ghost of the skies was forced into retirement, its legend only growing. No one can agree on what truly ended the F-47. The F-47's legacy lives on in today's aircraft. Its stealth concepts, advanced materials, and sensor fusion have shaped modern jets. The shift to smooth, blended curves and radar-absorbent composites echoes the F-47's design. Virtual cockpits and information management trace back to its innovations. Even modern engine cooling and exhaust designs owe a debt to the F-47's quest for invisibility. The F-47 survives as a collection of ideas, its DNA in every advanced jet. It was a vision of the future, too advanced for its time. Its influence is silent but undeniable. The F-47's story ends, but its mystery endures. It was a testament to human ingenuity, existing on the edge of science fiction. Its missions and disappearance leave questions we may never answer. The F-47 remains a phantom, its impact echoing in today's technology. What do you believe? Share your theories in the comments below. Thank you for joining this journey into aviation's greatest secret.